So, Future Business Leaders of America, middle level, is technically what the middle school version of FBLA is. That came into existence in the late 2000s. My little sister was actually the first Tennessee first place national winner back in 2009. What the middle school level actually does, as opposed to the high school level, is their events are a little more toned down. So where a lot of the high school events requires multiple parts involving a test and role plays and speaking in front of the judges, the middle school events are kind of broken up to where it's just a test or just a preparation in front of judges. It's not as stressful for those students. It kind of just gets their feet wet. But we have 23 different competitions that they can sign up for, ranging all the way from financial literacy up to speaking events and emerging business issues. So I left my last job in Grundy County in the summer of 2018, and I interviewed with Miss Cindy Herrera there at West about an open position teaching related arts computers. So after talking about what that position held, she goes, "What would you want to do with FBLA here in Tullahoma?" And that was actually one of my conditions of hire, was I wanted to start a chapter on the middle school level. I love this program, and if I could be able to get these middle school students involved early, when they move up to the high school, they could join the high school chapter, hopefully get into the business classes there and their CTE programs, and be able to be up to 6-year members of this organization. 2018-2019 was my first year there, and in that first year I had 3 students qualify for nationals and 2 ended up going to San Antonio, Texas that year. The 2019-2020 year, that was the year that we shut down on March 13th due to COVID. Only one middle school FBLA event was submitted for that competition season, because usually middle level does their competitions at state as opposed to doing some of them early. We were the only middle school chapter. We only had 1 student at the time in that event too, so he was the only representative of Tennessee, and he went on and placed 3rd in the nation at the 2020 virtual national conference, giving Tullahoma City Schools their first ever national winner in FBLA. This year has been absolutely amazing. Over the summer, FBLA expanded the middle level for the first time since its creation. It went from having 8 events with only the first place winner going to now having, I believe, like I said earlier, 23 or 24 events, and top 2 gets to go. We were no longer competing against ourselves in these events. Used to, I would have 3 in the same one, and I would be going, okay, only first place gets to go. I'm going to prepare all 3 of y'all, and I'm going to be excited for one of you and heartbroken for the other 2. I mean, it put us into a horrible situation. But when they expanded it, for the first time ever, all 15 of our members were able to compete in their own events, and all 15 of them qualified to go to nationals. Of those 15 students, there were 14 events. 10 of those were first place state championships. Nationals this year is being held in Chicago. The conference dates are June 29th through July 2nd. We're going to fly out a day or 2 early for we can enjoy the city, let the kids, sightsee and see what, Chicago looks like. And all 15 of them have decided to attend nationals. Well, right now my kids are going around, they're talking to local businesses, hoping to be able to get some sponsorships to be able to go. We are fundraising solely for the plane to get up there and get home, hotel rooms where they have a place to sleep, and the registration for the conference. Those 3 items alone is about $1,000 a kid. So we're looking at trying to raise $15,000 in the next month and a half. So we're asking for donations. We've had several businesses already step up big time and help us out. Jack Daniels, McMurr's, Sonic, and Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings is actually doing 10% of their sales every Monday and Wednesday from now until June 1st. So they're helping out big time. But contact me at West Middle School. You can contact anybody at the school. donations are fantastic. If you have a product or would like to help us with fundraising, please reach out. We're doing everything we can to raise this money before we can get there. And if we raise over that $15K, then from there I'll start trying to cover meals, transportation while we're in Chicago. I'm going to do everything I can to take the burden off the families to where these kids can be able to go and enjoy and hopefully bring back Tullahoma's second national championship.